The Missouri Tigers roar to life and stun Illinois 37-9 for their 5th consecutive arch rivalry win. This week in Mizzou Football is next. Gary, congratulations. A tremendous victory, 37-9 over Illinois in the Dome in St. Louis.
Well, I was really proud of our team. I thought we really prepared well, and really for a first game, I thought the focus was really outstanding, and for the most part, every phase of our game we executed fairly well. Good first game. The good news is we can get a lot better, so we'll enjoy this for about a few hours, then continue on to the next one.
That's how it usually is. Let's look at the highlights, and there are so many to show you from the Tigers' season opener against Illinois, a crowd of about 64,000 in downtown St. Louis, and here comes Coach Pinkel with his Tigers, led out of the tunnel by the sophomore starting quarterback Blaine Gabbert. And Coach, your guys got right to work in the first quarter, and we've seen this often. When you get that football, you get moving despite whoever might be quarterbacking.
Well, Blaine, I think for a first start, it would be hard not to say it was one of the better performances I've ever seen. And he can really build on that. But he had a lot of people around him. You know, the offensive line played well, the receivers made catches, and that's really how our offense works. He just has to distribute the ball. And that was a really good third down play that put us in field goal range. And this starts when you're really in a position on the field, the 8-yard line before. You have to drive that whole field that really, statistically, it's almost impossible to score. So a good first drive for our offense.
Grant Ressel, young man from Jackson, Missouri, the sophomore, connected from 32 yards, 3-0 Mizzou in the first quarter. Tigers get it back, and you talked about Gabbert needing those around him to help, and they really did.
Oh, they did, and there's some great blocking there, and you can see Blaine, even though he's a big guy, he really runs well, and the ability to use that is really a real plus for our offense. I mean, you can do some more things that causes the defense some more problems.
Gabbert 6'5", 242 pounds, and here it is, the St. Louis sophomore connection. Blaine Gabbert to Wes Kemp. They make their first career starts and hook up for Missouri's first touchdown of the season.
Very well executed play, and really, you know, Wes just made a nice catch, and he can run. And he's a young guy, played last year as a true freshman. You know, that experience I think really helps him, you know, this year getting into the arena as he did with Jarrell Jackson and some other players on our team.
Mizzou up 10-0, 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. And Illinois with the ball now. Trey Pollard with a run of 6 yards. First quarter ends, Tigers up by 10. Illinois moving it a little bit, though, into your end of the field. Well,
they run this option here, and they do a good job. Juice is a really good player. And, you know, the first half, that was probably the play that we struggled with the most. But what was most important there, too, is when we drove down, we really stiffened up down there and forced them to kick a field goal. And that's a real good sign of our defense.
10-3 Missouri. Illinois with the ball again. Sean Weatherspoon can put a hit on a ball carrier.
He can jolt you a little bit. He's kind of fun to watch him on the sidelines.
And then another St. Louis, and Hardy Ricks, the safety, comes up with an interception and returns it inside the Illini 30.
Huge play, huge football play for us. And defense, not only does the interception, you get the turnover, but right now we're in a scoring position. And our offense really didn't do much with it. We're 3 and out, and again, we come back in here, and he has another great kick.
Grant Ressel from 44 yards is good. It's back to a 10-point advantage at 13-3. Alden Smith, we've heard a lot about him from you, and he had made a big statement on opening day.
Well, here's just a glimpse of what he's going to be like. He's a redshirt freshman and a guy that can run. Jacquees did some great things. Coulter did some great things. Jerron Bassett did some great things. We just have a lot of people. We have a lot of guys that can run and athletic. That's a mistake we're going to learn from in this game. You know, we get out of a drive playing great defense, and we get a roughing call, and that was a really good call. You can get pushed into them. You're still responsible not to hit the punter.
Yeah, that was a 4th and 8. You would held them to.
Yeah, that was huge. And so then we had to stiffen up here a little bit, and I was real impressed with our defense, having to go back out, sudden change, and that was a 4th down call right there. And he tripped coming out. I think one of his offensive linemen stepped on him, and just a great stop by our defense.
Tigers get the ball back. Devin Moore rushes for 8 yards.
Another St. Louis guy.
You bet. And he and Derek Washington going to both see a lot of time at tailback for you.
Yep. We've actually had him in the backfield a few times at the same time. And Denaire Alexander, just a big old guy that can run and just he's an impact player. We'll see some plays that he makes here.
Yeah.
Nice to see Blaine get out. It was pretty good protection. They had some good coverage. He comes out, and what a great catch by Wes Kemp. And but he gets out and makes a play, and that really helps us.
Then it's Andrew Jones, so spreading the ball around. Alexander, Kemp, and Jones with catches to this point on the drive. This is a 4th and 2, Coach, and you convert Denario on the receiving end of the Gabbert pass.
I thought we were right out of field goal range there. You know, we decide on Thursday where the best place is. We ended up, you know, getting the first, but then they stopped us again. That we did settle for the field goal, and Grant had another one. And boy, what a great job by him. You know, young guy coming in here and being able to kick in that kind of pressure and that kind of environment, and just really pleased with his efforts.